What is up YouTube, and welcome back to another CZN video. I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much as I do. Now there are a lot of bugs and a lot of connection problems that everyone is experiencing. I'm no different, but the core gameplay is pretty fun, and I do assume that those problems will get fixed because they're just bugs really. But because this game is like the first of its kind in this genre, it's actually really enjoyable. And today I want to talk about a character that everyone should be building, no matter if you're free to play, no matter if you're the biggest whale on the planet, because it is a 4-star character that is insanely strong for progression and will fit into every team. And that character, if you guys don't know already, if you guys played the beta, you probably know who it is. It is Mika. Now, before I go on with the video, ignore the left side. I don't know, like I was saying, there's a lot of bugs. The portraits aren't showing up for me, and the same with my my partners when I try to change it. Very annoying. I think I have to reinstall the game. But we're going to be talking about Mika today once I actually find her. Where is she? Okay, we found her again. We found Mika. And yeah, she's just absolutely broken. It's really hard to know that she's broken at first glance if you haven't played the beta. But her cards are just really OP, and it just makes it so that you can fit her into any single team comp with any characters, and she's really powerful. So essentially what her role is as a character is a healer and a utility character. And the utility she provides and also the healing is absolutely crazy. It's better than 5-star characters, and she is, like, I would say, probably going to be the most used character in team comps. The reason why she's so good is because she has a ton of healing, and healing in this game is always AoE, but the biggest thing about her is this AP generation. You're going to see on this Source of Water card, she generates you 1 AP. For something like Blessing of Waves, you get extra healing based off your AP, which you'll have a ton of because you generate a lot. She also generates Wave, and what Wave is I can't click on it and show you, but Wave essentially gives you like the stacking buff. And when it hits 3, you gain another AP. So you can kind of see that she's just gaining a ton of AP over and over. She also has this other card, Deluge, which will give you 1 wave right off the bat and give you 1 every single turn, and even an AoE attack. So if you're running a single target damage dealer, you can use her as somewhat of an AoE attacker. This actually hits pretty hard, and on a lot of boss stages, which I'll showcase later on, where they summon a lot of ads, you're going to see this heals a lot because it scales with the amount of targets you hit. But this character, guys, she is really strong. You really have to play her and kind of just spam her skills to know how strong she is. But she's really good because she has really low cost skills that are really beneficial to your team, very high impact for the cost. And in a pinch, you can even use her ego skill for 6 ego points and get 2 sources of water, which is absolutely cracked, right? Because not only do you get like a burst healing from this, but you also get 2 more AP. So if you have other healing cards in your hand, you can heal even more. Or if you have like a shielder and stuff like that, you can actually spam shields or even do more damage. So you can kind of see that she snowballs out of control, and she pretty much pairs well with any single team and any single character in the game. Now, she is pretty much required for some characters, and she's going to be very good with everyone else. The characters that she's required with are going to be very heavy AP characters, such as Kairon, or something that I have, Magna, which I've been using. So characters that do actually like to spam skills, but they do get somewhat expensive, really good to use with. And the reason why is because she just generates you a ton of AP. She's also very powerful with cards that draw. So if you have a character such as Rin, which is what I have, Rin actually has a decent amount of drawing in her Dark Mist Secret Destruction, which is basically the start of your stance dancing, and you want to stance with Rin because if you keep her in Dark Mist stance, you do way more damage, and later on when you start doing Chaos, you'll get even more draw cards, so you'll see that it just makes her absolutely crazy. You can see in my save data, I do have Camouflage for 2 AP, which is expensive for drawing, but then again, Mika does give you a ton of AP, and then when you draw the cards, you have enough AP to actually play them that turn. That's why she is so good with drawing characters. She pairs well with pretty much anything, like I said. You definitely want to use her. She's very easy to slot in. You just run her on whatever partner that you have. I actually have her on Alyssa, which gives her some extra healing, And the ego points, the ego skill for 2 ego points is like an AoE heal, which is pretty good. But for the most part, just herself as a character, she is absolutely busted and you're going to want to use her. There's literally no character that's bad with her. There's some that are better with her, obviously. The ones that want to dump more AP and have more drawing. But even as a healer, she's very solid, and the fact that she has an AoE attack is very nice for characters such as Rin, which I'm using, which don't have any AoE at all. So extremely good. You definitely want to use her no matter what. She is really powerful with dupes as well. As you start going up, you're going to see that when she takes stress, she heals every single time. I guess once per turn, but it's still pretty powerful. And even at 6 dupes, you're going to see at the start of battle, you gain 2 wave. And this is Giga OP because you just start generating AP at the start of battle, which is just really OP. So yeah, this character definitely want to use. She is just too good. I'm surprised she didn't get nerfed from beta. Maybe she did get nerfed. Maybe I'm not recalling correctly, but if she did, definitely not enough because like this character is just absolutely bonkers, and I'll show you guys why in this clip here. So I'm going to be showcasing her here in this promotion stage to unlock the character level cap of 30, and you get this at account level 20, I believe the stage unlocks. And you're going to see that she is absolutely amazing. So you can see I did draw into 4 of her cards. And the thing is, all of her cards are good. She doesn't really have a bad one. And she even has some card draw for your team. She also has that AoE ability I mentioned, Whirlpool. This is super strong because when you need a heal, it heals you a decent amount. And it also does a decent chunk of damage. You can see the side ads here did, you know, a decent chunk of damage here. I could even heal even more if I wanted to. Didn't really have to there. You can kind of see why she's so good as a character, right? She's just a really flexible character. And by flexible, she's just broken. She just heals everyone. And once we draw into her other cards that actually generate more AP, you're going to see how crazy it can get. You can kind of dump your hand every single turn, even with a Magna who's pretty heavy in using her, her AP. And even here, even if I don't draw it, I can use Tactical Analysis. This gives me Wave. And Wave will basically make it so that when it stacks up to 3, I will actually gain an action point as well. So just really good when you're playing with characters that cycle and draw a lot of cards as well, such as Rin, because you can see I can start dumping a lot of my AP, and I'm able to almost always use all my cards, which is extremely powerful because in a way, if you've come from other gacha games like Epic 7, for example, Etheria, it's essentially like just being super fast and taking a lot of turns here. And we do draw into the Source of Water. This is like one of the most broken cards in the game because you get healed, you get an AP, and you get Wave, so you're stacking even more AP, which is insane. And you can see I can pretty much just dump almost my entire hand, and you're going to see that we're able to put up a shield. I can use Whirlpool. It does okay single target, nothing crazy. But you have to keep in mind it also heals you, so you're just getting so much utility out of her. And she's just absolutely nuts. You can see even though this boss is super annoying and summons a ton of these monsters, we should be okay. I can even draw here, I'll heal even more. 58 heal, which is great. Here I can use my Magna card. And if I really wanted to, I could even heal again, but I think what I'll... Ooh, I did not mean to do that. I wanted to attack, but this works as well. And what I'll do here is actually buff my team with this card, right? Or this partner, rather. And this one is going to be really good because it just makes me tankier. And you're going to see that, you know, when you pair her with a shielder especially, like Magna, you can kind of see their synergy's crazy. Because I can stack a ton of my counterattack cards with Mika's, what's it called? Her AP generation. And I can even heal, and I'm just kind of sitting here and just waiting to counterattack over and over. And even here, I'm just spamming my heals, dumping my hand once again. And when you're dumping your hand as well, you generate so much of your ego points that you can just keep spamming your abilities. So you can kind of see why this character just snowballs out of control, and she allows you to tackle stages that are harder than what your level should allow you to actually tackle. And here I can heal again, draw another card, see what I get into. Okay, I get nothing great. I can even Whirlpool here if I wanted to. But what I think I'm going to do is... Actually, yeah, I'm going to Whirlpool because I can't really get into my stance with Rin, which is a problem. But we're just generating a ton of health, a ton of AP. You can see we just started turn 13 if you saw the turn meter on the left. and we're still at full HP. And we take a ton of damage here, but it's okay because we have Micah, generate a ton of AP again. I have a draw, so you can see, like I said earlier, synergizes very well with draw because you get so much AP generation that you're just able to dump all your cards over and over. And then you can see my ego points are stacking up again. I'm almost at 5 stacks, so I'll be able to use maybe even my heal if I want later on. So we get another turn. It's a good turn to... let me see how much damage does this do. Okay, it doesn't do enough. So I'm going to Whirlpool here to heal us. It's going to heal us about like 80-ish, 76. It scales with the amount of mobs. You can see in these scary stages where you're taking a lot of damage, you're able to heal a lot. And we can tank through pretty easily with the heal and the shield. It's going to do a lot of damage still, but we should be okay. You can see my Magna is countering. This is why I love this duo. And boom, we live with like 1 HP, but we actually win. And honestly, I don't think I should have beat this stage because I haven't like upgraded a lot of my gear. But you can kind of see why she is so strong. And they even say she's the MVP. And I think that's for good reason. But that is pretty much it for Micah, guys. Really strong, like I said. I think I've said this like 50 times in this video. Definitely must build, just slot her into your team. The best part about her is because she's so good and she fits into a ton of team comps, you can just raise her up and you don't really have to worry about her ever being like bad in a team comp. You can just worry about the other 2 team slots and you're essentially just building 2 characters. 2 legendary characters, 2 5-star characters that you pull. With Micah will always do the job, usually a damage dealer and some sort of like tanky utility, which is what I'm running with like Rin as my main single target. And then I have Magna, as you guys saw, who's a good AoE supportive tank, who's also very good with Micah. And I guess they synergize all very well together. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.